What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You are now tuned in to episode 35 of the In-Game Grind podcast, the greatest podcast on this clairvoyant plane of existence and the next. Happy New Year. From me, Chris, and everyone else. I don't know why I say everyone else. It's literally only us that works on this podcast. But yeah, Happy New Year. If you're listening to the audio version of this, it'll be on December 30th, 2020. But if you're checking the video version, it'll be January 1st, 2021. Hopefully not December 32nd, 2020. We don't know.
or my favorite one, January 1st, 2022.
Oh no. But this is the yearly wrap up. As always, I am your host, Jason, and as always, I am joined by my friend, my homie, fellow 2020 survivor, Chris. Tell the people what's up.
I want this year over. Bro, this year has been hard. What's up, people? Coming to you live from my basement. I'm hunkered down for the zombie apocalypse.
We are literally not allowed to have basements where we live. That is a false
and we live in Tornado Alley. That's the crazy thing.
That's
like,
true.
Straight up in Tornado Alley, not allowed to have basements. I'm straight up not having a good time, bro.
Wait, well, you can have a storm cellar, but storm cellars aren't basements that you can like pimp out, right? Like storm cellars are legit like corn nuts, Mountain Dew, and bullets. That's all you're supposed to keep down there. And Twinkies. That's all you keep down there, bro. But,
no, I want a decked out basement. Like I want my basement to look like
I want Quaid's house.
You know what basement I want? And it's only because I recently played this game.
What's that?
I want a basement that looks like the Umbrella Labs in RE2.
Oh God, it's like it goes
without the virus part.
Okay,
like
it goes
umbrella
from,
part.
But like the basement looks like a fucking. It goes from like hospital to like industrial doomsday. It looks like a Cold War missile silo down there.
Yeah, but it's just an elevator.
Oh no, dude! I wish I could have a basement. I would make my dream game room in there. Because you can do a game room in a bedroom, but like in a basement, you got room to put like arcade cabinets and a pool table and shit down there. A couch, yeah. But anyways, with this being the New Year episode, this is our 2020 wrap up. So you already know what that means. We are giving you our top 10 games of 2020. 2020 was quite a crappy year for everyone for a multitude of different reasons that we don't have to name because you already know. But one of the dope things about 2020 was that there was an absolute smorgasbord of great games that came out this year for everyone.
And we actually had time to play them.
Yeah, we had, well, whether we wanted to or not, we had time to play them. So we're going to be giving you our top 10. And when we say our top 10, it's my top 10 and Chris's top 10. They will not be the same. So we're going to go from 10 all the way up to 1. We're going to just basically tell you what it is and why we picked it. And it might take some time, so let's get right into it. Chris, do you want to go first?
Sure, because this is actually an easy one for me.
Go ahead.
My number 10 game for 2020, Monster Hunter Iceborne.
Wow.
Because the PC version came out in 2020. It was the definitive version of Monster Hunter World. I think it solidified how good the series can get. And we're gonna see. We already saw a lot of elements in Rise as we've been watching trailers and it's been coming out.
Right.
But it's just a celebration, minus Generations, which literally is a celebration of Monster Hunter. But it's just a good conglomerate of good times Monster Hunter has had, especially on the PC version, which is just irrefutably the better version.
Yeah.
Because 2-second load times is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But that's my number 10. It's easy.
My number 10 is Hades. I haven't. Okay. I know it's incredible. Like for some people, I know this game has an absolutely like cult-like following. But for me, the only reason I have it so low is because I quite literally only started playing it like 3 days ago. I am on the train of people who have been like hesitant to get into it. Like I see the hype. And I'm like, I don't really know if it's for me, but this is like the third time I was on Steam. It was on sale, and I was like, all right, fine. I bought it.
I'll do it.
I bought it. I enjoyed it. I do see why people like get it. It's not my type of game though. I'm not really into the whole like really punishing dungeon crawler, you know, roguelike scene. I'm not really a fan of those types of games, but I do like games where you can have like different loadouts and you get to choose how you play the game. So that'll probably be what keeps me playing. But like overall, it was an okay game. But yeah, that's my Hades is my number 10 game of 2020.
All right. My number 9, Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Wow.
The only reasoning I put it in my top 10 because that should say everything about it, but it's so low because I personally don't play it enough. But when I do play it, it literally just it's just pure serotonin, like dopamine and serotonin the entire time. Even with like the stress of like trying to get the perfect villager or making the perfect village, it's still one of those like you're getting just pumps of serotonin while you're doing things. It's just enjoyable. The music is wonderful to just sit and listen to. Just fishing is nice. Like if you just like you want to relax and have a good time, play Animal Crossing. Like that is what I take away from it.
Yeah. My number 9 game of 2020 is Spellbreak. I am not a huge fan of the battle royale what's the word I'm looking for? Genre. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the huge battle royale genre. Like I never got into Fortnite, gave it one try, didn't like it.
Yeah,
didn't really like Warzone. I like Call of Duty multiplayer. I don't like Warzone though. I liked Apex, but it got like I got into Apex super early when it first came out, when everyone was brand new and fresh, and now everyone's sweaty AF, so it's not really as enjoyable now. But Spellbreak was like a refreshing. It was very refreshing. Like it was a battle royale. There's no guns. It's literally just wizards, gauntlets, and spells. It's very accessible. You don't need to know all this like gun math of bullet drop and all that stuff. You don't have to focus on headshots and all that, and you really don't even have to focus on communicating with people. It's a very straightforward game. I like it. I started playing it on the Switch, but I think we can all agree that playing an online battle royale on the Switch is probably not the most optimal situation out there, but it was for PC, but it was only on Epic Game Store. And if you know anything about me, I do not support the Epic Game Store. So it literally just recently came back to to Steam. So I picked it up on Steam. It was free. Started playing it again, playing it on 30 FPS on the Switch versus like 120 on the PC was
less.
Night and day difference. Maybe really enjoy the game. I am looking forward to play some more of it, especially since it's free. Everyone get down on it. But yeah, Spellbreak is my number 9 game of 2020.
All right, number 8, and you're probably going to be surprised on how low this game is. Watch Dogs Legion.
Wow.
And I had an emotional roller coaster with that game. But the sad thing is, really until the multiplayer comes out, the game is really done. I'm kind of waiting for the season pass stuff, but like until then, it was a one-time go around. But that go around was super fun. I enjoyed from the beginning to the end of it. The music was really good. The characters are really good. It was just an all-around good time. And it was something me and Mo bonded over. Like we bonded over Watch Dogs as a series. But it was a good time. And when either one of us were streaming into the Discord, everyone was having a good time watching. So it was a super fun game. But that's why it was my number 8.
My number 8 game of 2020 is Risk of Rain 2.
Such a good game.
The only reason this game is not higher is because I am medically enabled to play and enjoy and or watch this game. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the colors or the light flashes or what, but something in this game makes it to where if I play this game for like 5 minutes, it will hit me with an actual migraine that is so disorienting that I have to lay down for a few hours just to get back to normal. I don't know why. I bought like special blue light repelling glasses to see if that helped. Nah. still hit me with that headache. I don't know why. I really don't, but Risk of Rain is an amazing game. Risk of Rain 2 is an amazing game. It's very fun. It is a game you could quite literally sit down and play as long as you want to.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's a dope game. I really wish I didn't have, you know, the thing where it tried to kill me by melting my brain straight up microwave style, SAO style. But yeah, Risk of Rain 2 is my number 8 game of the year.
All right. Number 7 for me. It's Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Sharp Encore. Said the whole title just for you, buddy.
I appreciate that.
I played it when it was on the Wii U. I sung its praises on the Wii U, but unfortunately, we all know what happened with the Wii U. As soon as that thing got even talked about coming to the Switch, I looked at Jamie. Jamie said, "It's yours." And then they decided to do me a favor and release it January 17th. 2 days before my birthday. I ain't never seen such a quicker grab.
Yeah.
That game is super fun, super colorful. Oh my god, the soundtrack alone is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Min-maxing in that game is so easy and so addictive. Like, it's bad when you're like, oh yeah, I'm on my 3rd dungeon in the story and all of my characters are already level 70.
Yeah.
Why? Because they gave me access to do that. But it's just a fun time. And honestly, the Switch is such like a chef's kiss of a console.
Especially for JRPGs.
I mean, especially for JRPGs. Like, man, like, it's just a no-brainer because that was I'm having fun at home. Oh dang, I gotta go to Jamie's family, or I gotta go to my family, or we're gonna take a trip. And I snap it off, and you know, that's no brainer. But that is my number 7, is Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Sharp Encore.
Sharp FE Encore.
Whatever. You got it once. I'll take it again.
My number 7 for 2020 is Phantasy Star Online 2. Now, I know that somebody out there has already typed the comment or said to themselves, but Jason, Phantasy Star Online 2 came out in 2012. Well, listener, you are correct, but what you also need to realize is PSO2 did not get its official North American release until March of 2020. So it is my number 7 game of 2020. Phantasy Star Online is probably the earliest, aside from World of Warcraft, it was the earliest introduction I had to MMOs. It was great. I played Phantasy Star Online 1 on the GameCube. Never got a chance to play 2. This was my first opportunity to play 2. I loved it. The only reason I didn't like it a lot was because it was a game that was 8 years old, and there's a lot of quality of life changes that have been like just generally made in games that were not present in the game because it was just a direct port with new content. But it's still an amazing game, still a fun game, still fun to play with your friends. It's free. Like, it is probably hands down probably the best free MMO out right now. It did have a rocky release because we all know it released as a Xbox exclusive, and then it released on PC, but it only released under the Microsoft Store, which is not a game launcher. It's not a server for games. It's just a store. So it ran like absolute garbage. But thankfully, because enough people were like, we deserve better than this. This is terrible. It's actually eating my computer alive. It came to Steam, and all was well in the world again. So if you have not played Phantasy Star Online 2, I definitely think you should download it and give it a try. It's very great. I will say this. If you don't want to play Phantasy Star Online 2, that's understandable, because next year we're getting Phantasy Star Online 2 New Generations.
No, New Genesis.
New Genesis, I'm sorry. Yeah, Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis, which is, in all ways except name, Phantasy Star Online 3.
Yeah.
And the only reason they couldn't call it that is because Phantasy Star Online 2 quite literally has so much clout in Japan that they feel that it would be more successful to keep the name Phantasy Star Online 2 and put something after it than just say Phantasy Star Online 3. Because if you play it and don't like it, it's like, oh, it's not PSO2. But if it is PSO2, Like,
Yep.
name another game that comes out in 2020 with a feature where you can make the graphics look like they're from 2012 and people will like it and play it that way. That's how much
Right.
clout Phantasy
Yeah.
Star Online
Right.
2 has. But yeah,
Sure.
Phantasy Star Online 2 is my number 7 game of 2020.
My number 6. No Straight Roads.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. No Straight Roads was a game. It's all rhythm based. It is is a game all rhythm based. You are a rock band trying to take over the EDM world in a place called Vinyl City. On PC, you can only get it through Epic Games, unfortunately, but it did release on consoles.
Wait, I think I saw a trailer for this on the Indie Direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was bumping the soundtrack on Spotify because they dropped all of the boss tracks, which like a lot of my games are based on music. But no, like, and that it was just a fun ride. It was a fun ride from beginning to end. It's got huge replayability, difficulty modes and everything. But it's just so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah.
But that is my number 6, is No Straight Roads.
My number 6 is none other than the Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection. Now, this was a difficult pick for me because it is a game that came out in 2020. However, it is simply a collection of games that have been out for years on the Game Boy Advance and the DS. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, as a kid, I love Mega Man, right?
Yeah.
I was in the hospital when I was a kid, and they did a lot of fucked up shit to me. And my mom told me, if you tough it out, I will literally take you to Walmart and get you a game. I saw Mega Man ZX. All it said was Mega Man, and I was like, that one. And I played it. I loved it. The bosses are tight. The new suits are tight. The music is great. And I never got into the Zero series because you couldn't find the Zero series anywhere. Those games were incredibly hard to find back in the day. But thankfully, earlier in the year, I believe it was April, this collection came out, and it has all of the Zero games and the ZX games. Actually, I don't know. Yes, I was about to say, it's 6 games. I was like, I don't know if ZX Advent is on here, and it is. So literally the entire Zero series and the entire ZX series. It's great if you enjoyed Mega Man X, that series, you will love these games. If you love platformers, you will love these games. If you love generally hard games, like not like games that are hard for the sake of being hard, but games that feel like they shouldn't be this hard, but they are. You will love this collection. It is literally everywhere. You can get it on PS4, or you can get it everywhere except Xbox. So you can get it on PS4, you can get it on the Switch. I have it on the Switch. It's actually on sale right now on Steam, and it will still be on sale when you guys are hearing this. Yeah, until the 5th, actually.
Oh, yeah, bet even longer.
Yeah, until the 5th. So if you're in the need to just like sit down, I do think it plays best on the Switch though.
There's just something about the portability of the Switch that is just like the selling point, like of most games.
Yeah, it really is. Like we like we said, like JRPG, especially like JRPGs and platformers are the two genres that I feel like benefit the most from like the Switch. It just feels like from a technicality standpoint, yeah, it'll probably look better on a PC, but like on a pixelated game, like, you know, like, yes, I would rather play Control on a PC than the Switch. But for something like Octopath Traveler or like something like that, it doesn't matter. Like we're not playing it for the graphical.
Yeah, like it's not gonna break records graphically.
Yeah, but Mega Man Zero ZX Collection is my number 6 pick, and if you have not picked it up, especially since it's on sale, I believe on the eShop and on Steam, I would definitely say you should pick that one up. It is a steal.
All right.
Also, shout out to my girlfriend for finding it, because this game, ironically, is a collection of games that was hard to find, and it itself was hard to find. Shout out to my girlfriend for getting it for me for our anniversary. Love you.
She did do that. I found it on accident at a Walmart,
bro.
And it was the last copy. That just goes to show how rare it was. My number 5.
We are now in the top 5.
We are in the top 5. My number 5.
Look.
Indivisible.
You can talk your shit now. You can talk. You can talk your shit now. We in the top 5.
Indivisible. Jason, you came over and saw me beat this game. You and Diamond had came over and saw me playing this game.
The only reason this game is not on my top 10 is because I was not able to get it.
But man, you want to talk about good fucking shit. This game was made by the people who did Skullgirls before the allegations. Tight controls, fun characters. Trigger did the opening. Let me repeat that. The anime studio Trigger, Kill la Kill, Premiere did the opening.
Yeah.
The voice acting was amazing. Like Matt Mercer was in it.
Of course he was. You know what? Hold on.
What'd you say? Oh yeah, the voice actress for Tharja in Fire Emblem Awakening is Rosmi, which is obvious. But no, like it was. I the only reason I think of Matt Mercer is because he was one of the characters that kind of sat in my party for most of the game, but also because it's fucking Matt Mercer and he's
in every
goddamn
video game.
Everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was just it was a fun platforming RPG. It was low-key turn-based. Like it was just it was so good. It was so good. The story was so good. Easy top 5 in 2020.
Yeah, I will definitely be picking it up because after I saw you play it, I wanted to play it, but I wanted to play it on the Switch, and like it was already out on PS4 and PC. But I'm like, I don't want to play it on PC, and I don't want to play it on my PS4. I'll just wait for the Switch. It came to Switch. Actually, this month it came to Switch, and I still need to pick it up. But
and now you can play couch co-op with friends.
Yeah. My number 5 game of 2020 is something that if you had told me was in my top 5 if you had told me in 2019 that this game would be in my top 5 for 2020, I would have laughed at you. My number 5 for 2020 is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Knack 2, baby.
Bruh.
That's insane.
Bruh, let me tell you, bro.
You don't even have to sing the praises of this game to me.
The way this game found its way to me is absolutely ludicrous. So in our Discord server, my cousin just wanted to see, he was watching some streamer play Call of Duty, just not Warzone, just the regular multiplayer. And he said, it looks like old school COD. So he picks it up. He wants to play with the friends in the server. So he bought the game for Mope, I believe, another friend of ours, who then bought the game for me. And I believe you bought it for yourself. So then we literally have 2 more of our friends buy the game, and we're literally running up in COD lobbies, 6 manned up. And we're just doing goon shit. Like, it's actually fun. Like, we're finding our favorite guns. It feels organic again, right? Like, it feels like those old school Modern Warfare 2, you know, circa 2008, circa 2009 COD experience. It's not the whole futuristic thing of wall running. No wall running, no robo arm, no
laser guns. I'm talking AK.
No ejectocito, cuz no stuff like that, bro. It's just like
no shot grenades.
Yeah, it's like it's legitimately fun. Now I will preface this by saying that part of what made it possible for me to enjoy this game, voice chat disabled.
Yeah, you don't. It's 2020, but that don't mean COD lobbies change.
Exactly. Like voice chat disabled. I only play with friends. Never have to worry about nobody calling me trash or whatever, especially when we win most of the time. Now, every now and then we do get hit with that Call of Duty matchmaking and end up having to go against like MLG practice teams and, you know, stuff. And we do
FaZe Clan.
Yeah, FaZe Clan, Team Liquid practice sessions and shit like that. But, Yeah, Call of Duty, and I haven't even played the story yet. The story trailer is, or what they showed off at E3 is what made me like even remotely interested in this game. But yeah, my number 5 game for 2020, I can't believe I'm saying this, is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
That's insane. There's a COD in your top 10. There's a Fish Among Us.
There's a COD in my top 5.
There's a COD in your top 5. That is crazy. My number 4. My number 4 should go as no surprise to anybody. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
That game, I will yell at people to play Ghost of Tsushima. I bonded with my dad over Ghost of Tsushima.
I'll play it when hey, bring it to PC.
Look, Sony ain't above it. They'll fucking
really
do it.
Not. They're really
but
not.
Like, that's what I'm saying. What more can I say about this game besides the fact that it was robbed of awards at E3 at the Game Awards? It was beautiful. It was a great story. It deserves way more than it got. There's a mask on my old desk that I got from the collector's edition because I knew that I would love this game. I can't say enough about that game. That is just, I don't think there was a bad, the only bad thing was that it was over.
Yeah.
Like, that's legitimately the only bad thing about that game is that it was over.
Yeah, I feel that.
But that is my number 4. 3, 2, and 1. The order should not surprise you, and the games will not surprise you. No, that's actually false. The order will. The games won't. But let it rock, man. Go for it.
My number 4 game of 2020. Chris already said this game, but I'm still gonna talk about it because I already prepared a whole monologue for this game. It's Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore. So let me tell you why this game is amazing, right? I love JRPGs. It is indisputably my favorite genre of video game. However, a lot of good JRPGs have gone bad for me because there are a lot of inefficiencies that have been grandfathered into a lot of JRPGs, such as unreasonably harsh level creep or power creep. You're just enjoying a game. You're on par. You fight a boss, it's like 1 level higher than you. You fight the next boss, it's like 2 levels higher than you. Then you fight the next boss and it's like 20 levels higher than you. And it's like, what? And now I have to go grind, but there's no feasible way to go grind in a game. Like, that's the type of stuff that'll make you, I hate that because it makes me stop playing a game I was enjoying. This has happened to me in games like Dragon Quest XI. This has happened to me in games like Octopath Traveler. It sucks because those are 2 amazing games that you should play, but those specific games have that specific issue in them. Enter Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore. This game
Preach.
is my favorite turn-based JRPG of all time from a mechanical standpoint. It has dethroned Final Fantasy V as my favorite turn-based JRPG from a mechanical standpoint. You get to level your party however you want. You can be on par. You can not use it at all and just play, you know, you could grind the hard way. You could be on par. You could be over-leveled. Like me personally, by the time I finished the game, my whole squad was level 99. All skills maxed out. We were having fun, okay? Mechanically, this game has the most fun combat of any turn-based RPG I have played ever. Another one thing, it's not really a deficiency, but it's just something that just happens in JRPGs. You have a ton of great characters with a ton of exposition and a ton of personality and a ton of cool abilities, but you only usually get to pick 3 or 4 to use. And a lot of times you get like the 4 most optimal options and the rest kind of just wither away. In this game, you actually get to utilize all of them. Like, I'm talking about your entire party and side characters get to jump in battle. That's crazy to me. I have never seen some shit like that before. Like Chris said, this game was on the Wii U, but like we said, any game that was worth anything that was on the Wii U is now on the Switch. Except Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Time.
But anyways, but yeah, Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE Encore. I bought this game. The timing was just great on this game. I played Persona 5 for the first time in November of 2018. Or no, in November of 2019. In January 2020, I was on like I was having withdrawals because I finished Persona 5. I'm like, I need anything. I need anything that feels like Persona. And then Tokyo Mirage Sessions came out, and I was like, yeah, this shit is heat. And I actually loaned my copy of the game to my girlfriend who still hasn't played it because she's got like 18 different fucking games she's juggling in her backlog right now. But yeah, Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE Encore is my number 4 game of 2020. You should play it.
So you wanted something funny?
What's that?
I specifically didn't talk much about it because I knew it was on your list. Because I know you love talking about the battle system.
Yes, I that battle system is honestly
it's so much fun.
It really is.
Like you ever Millie Rock a combo and it just kills an entire boss?
Like hitting at 24. Wow. Mani and Taliani.
You ever just style on an entire like group of enemies by doing one attack? And you're just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use the spear lance attack. Yo, get in here!
And then it's like you're using like the whole battle system of like you can use the element system or the whole matchup system of like Persona, but you're also using the weapon matchup system of Fire Emblem. Amazing.
So good, such a good game.
It's a great game.
All right.
I feel like this is where our lists are gonna start syncing up.
No.
Really?
Well, maybe.
Okay.
My number 3. You're gonna be surprised on why this is so low.
Okay.
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
What?
Yes. And I kid you not, there's only one reason why it's on number 3.
Because you played on PS4?
No. Damn, 2 reasons. It was like real talk, a 20-hour game.
Yeah, not long.
It's not long, and it's nothing against them. They literally prefaced this when they made the game, so it's not like I'm griping over something I didn't know.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen a game come out with that much sauce. It comes out with the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. I hate you, IGN. But no, foul 808s.
Right.
At the title screen.
Yeah.
I ain't even started the game yet.
Yeah.
And you're hearing a subway beat. A subway type beat.
They leave some room for the new guy.
The suits.
The hustle and bustle of
the
New
hustle
York.
And bustle of Brooklyn, of Harlem. The representation. Continuity. Peter Parker as a character, as a mentor, teaching Miles what it means to be Spider-Man. And then going, hey, it's your turn. And he leaves to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Miles going through what it means to be Spider-Man, feeling he's not good enough, feeling like he'll never be Spider-Man. And his best friend Genki, the one in the chair, goes, dude, every time you talk about Spider-Man, you're talking about Peter. But Peter left the city to you. You're Spider-Man. So you be Spider-Man your way. I paused the game. I set the controller down. I had a moment. Everyone, we're trying to live lives as best as we can, but we're emulating a thing we can't have. We're following influencers that have fabricated lives. Don't live like them.
Yeah.
Live like yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's only one you. Instagram models, TikTok models, like Twitter thoughts, they're a dime a dozen.
Spider.
There's only one you.
Yeah, I do want to say one thing, like in that respect, like
Yeah.
the one thing about Miles Morales that was crazy is that they, when it first came out, a lot of people were like, "This should have just been DLC." Nah, because that defeats the whole point.
It does.
The whole point of being your Spider-Man your way. How you gonna do that when you're literally just an extension of someone else? No, he needed his own game, his own experience, and his own time to shine.
And it was well deserved.
Yeah, well,
You know, it was riding off the coattails of Spider-Verse, which, if you're a Spider-Man fan, get ready because like 2021 and 2022 are about to pop off.
Yeah.
For Spider-Man fans.
Yeah.
2022 alone, we're getting Spider-Verse. But like, before I get too crazy off topic about Spider-Man stuff, because I'll do that all day. Like, Familia in that game, it felt like a movie sometimes because you kind of like zone out while you're watching the cutscenes. Like, the death of his father in the first game is still felt in this one. Bruh, this game made me cry in so many different moments, and they weren't even necessarily sad moments.
Yeah.
Like, there's a moment where you're hearing a conversation between Miles and his mom, and Miles, like me personally, Miles like whipping through the city, and she's just like, "Hey, remember, I know you're doing a lot, and I know you feel like you're taking on a lot of responsibility, but don't forget to sit down, relax, breathe the air. You may feel like there's a lot on your shoulders, but you can always handle it. I know you, Miles. Our family never backs away from a challenge, and I know you can conquer anything you set your mind to." And then she ends it with, "Your dad will always be proud of you." I had to drop the controller. I'm getting choked up thinking about it. The game was so good.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's so short.
Yeah, I'm still shocked it's your number 3.
But like, I burned through that game, and I was trying to like extend it as long as I could. I was doing every possible side mission. I got every single costume. Spider-Man's just so good. Spider-Man as a character is so good. Miles Morales as a character is so good. Play Spider-Man. I can't stress it enough. Play Spider-Man. Play Miles Morales. Play Spider-Man. Watch Spider-Verse. Watch the TV shows. Watch the movies. Consume Spider-Man content. My man had Tim's in the game. Bro, he was fresh cut at the title screen. His edge up, pristine.
Oh my god.
His fit, phenomenal.
Are you sure this is your number 3?
Yes.
I'm scared of what's 2 and 1. All right, well,
I'm done rapping because I feel like I'm about to go off again. I
guess in my installment of games that you thought would be my number 1 but are my number 3, my number 3 for 2020, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
How did I?
Anyone that knows me knows that Final Fantasy is probably my favorite franchise of all time. And Final Fantasy VII is my favorite installment in that said franchise of all time. For years, I have sung the praises of Final Fantasy VII, but I was only met with people telling me that the game's not actually that good. You're just looking at it through rose-tinted glasses. The character models they don't hold up over time. The characters, had shitty lines. There wasn't a ton of exposition. There was hella plot holes. And you know what? There was a lot of that, right? And then they try to plug it up with Advent Children. Then Advent Children Complete and Crisis Core and Did Cerberus, but it didn't really it's not cohesive. You don't want to tell somebody to consume 5 different pieces of media to be able to understand why a certain piece is so important. Enter Final Fantasy VII Remake. This game is the only game I've ever gotten where I opened it and I just had to sit down and make sure it was real. There were years where I didn't think I was ever going to be able to play this game. I was like, Nomura, please don't like cancel this out of nowhere because development was too crazy. Please don't like have Square Enix give up on this because they want to do something else or work on the, you know, other titles and things like that. Look, Final Fantasy VII Remake is the definitive perfect version of Final Fantasy VII. If you have not played Final Fantasy VII at all, do not play the original, play Remake. Remake is the perfect blend of a love letter to past fans and a entry point for new fans. It is the perfect blend. You had one of the most classic video games of all time, and you were tasked with not only revitalizing it, but also having the authority to do it your way, and you didn't fuck it up. Nomura, you're an actual god. How you exist on this plane of existence, I don't know. This game is amazing. I said it should have been Game of the Year, in my opinion. It won JRPG of the Year, which, cool, but I think it should have been Game of the Year. It was Game of the Year in Japan. Phenomenal game, but I already know the question you're going to ask. Why is it number 3? It's number 3 for 2 main reasons. Number 1, it's only part 1. It's not a finished product. I didn't play it. Like you said, the only bad thing about Miles Morales is that it ended. Well, the only bad thing about Final Fantasy VII is that it left me on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I don't,
a powerful cliffhanger.
Exactly. Too. Like every game on here is either a multiplayer experience or a single player experience that finished, except for this game. There's still minimum 2 more parts of this game to come out, and I don't know when they're going to come out. You should absolutely play this game. But the second reason it's not higher is because the 2 games that are above it had way more content because they were finished, but that's not really fair. But the biggest reason, I played it on a base PS4. My immersion was broken a lot by frame rate tanking and like going to do a limit break, and he would like stand there and it would be like a synthetic load screen. And I'm really hoping that before part 2 of Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out, it comes to PC. I know Square Enix is not shy about putting these last few titles on PC. 15 is on PC. Like quite literally damn near the entire series is on PC, on Steam.
16 was confirmed to come on PC launch day.
Right. So hopefully they bring it to PC. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake is my number 3 game of 2020.
So my number 2 is Final Fantasy VII Remake. The only reason it's not higher is because it's not complete. One Winged Angel Remix is a god bop. And play the game because we love talking about this game and all the possible plot holes that got fixed and all the crazy timelines that might get altered and who may or may not be alive in the sequel.
Also, they kept the best thing about Final Fantasy VII. That was the materia dancing and how you can literally use some certain materia to just straight up break the game. And it's great.
It was really fun. It was a good time. I hate Rufus.
What do you mean Rufus is so icy?
You didn't let me finish. I hate the Rufus fight. But I can't front.
You ain't never had a quarter shot at you before, huh?
I ain't never had a quarter shot.
The crazy thing that made it was that it was his face that was on the quarter. He shot at you. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Deuce to play this fucking game.
He had red mage like sauce.
Yeah, he did.
Like that man went.
He had like gunbreaker abilities with red mage swagger. Like it shouldn't be allowed.
I ain't never seen an all white Louis Vuitton coat. Like him and Wesker shop at the same place.
They really do.
Kind of crazy.
They really do.
I climbed all the stairs.
You had to.
Had to.
Don't take no elevator.
If you didn't, you're a fucking coward.
I better stay. We got Tifa. Tifa. Cloud, wait up, boy. Wait up,
Cloud,
boy.
go without me. Cloud, don't you go without me, motherfucker.
How many more damn stairs we got?
Tifa's at the front. Oh, you guys made it? Oh, finally.
Tifa's just like, oh, it was a nice afternoon jog. Barrett's like leaning over the rail. He's like, I'm going to die.
It kind of messed me up because like the first like 20 flights, you're like, oh yeah, this is nothing. This is just we're playing a video game. No one has real stamina. Yo, when I didn't realize was I saw the counter on the floors in the court screen. And the higher the floor number, the more tired those two got. They're just
like Cloud's like barely human anymore, and he was still like, man, this is a bullshit.
Like it didn't dawn on me they were slowing down until they started bantering. And then it showed like Tifa just yeah. Play Final Fantasy Remake.
So this is my number 2?
Yeah.
My number 2 game of 2020 is Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
Okay.
It is easily the game I played the most 2020. I logged 542 hours of Monster Hunter World Iceborne in 2020. And Chris already spoke of this game, but I need to it was your number 10, right?
It was my number 10.
I need to explain why it's so high on mine and why it eclipsed my favorite game of all time.
Go off.
Monster Hunter World. Chris has been playing Monster Hunter for eons. My formal introduction to the Monster Hunter World experience came from Monster Hunter, or my introduction to the Monster Hunter franchise came through Monster Hunter World. And I like how I say that, and I have Monster Hunter GU or whatever one came out for the 3D. Yeah, I have Monster Hunter Generations for the 3DS looking at me like, am I a joke to you? But I played Monster Hunter World and it was dope. But the issue with Monster Hunter World for me is that I was still learning how to play the game. I never took the time to sit down and learn a weapon. I had a lot of friends that were playing it that just stopped playing it. The friends that I play on, I play exclusively on PC. So I waited the 6 months to play it on PC. And the issue was when it came to PC, the friends that got it with me on PC stopped playing it, and the friends that got it on PS4 were still burnt out they were doing new stuff and didn't want to buy it again and do all the stuff over again. So I didn't really have time or people to play the base game with. So my Monster Hunter World experience was not that great. Iceborne, on the other hand, the people, by this time Iceborne had come out, the people who had played the game on PlayStation did not get Iceborne for PlayStation. They were like, fuck it, I'll get it on PC, re-up, blow through the story, and play Iceborne. So when Iceborne started, we had a stack of 4 people playing at all times, and it only grew over time.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter showed me what a good grind was.
Okay.
It showed me that you can play a game your way. It doesn't have to be meta. You can just have fun. And I know these things, but a lot of times what you do and what you want to do and what you think will be cool isn't as effective as like what the Sweat Lords are posting on Reddit. In this game, it can be. You could make a build where you just don't die and murder everything in your path, or you can just make a build where you have fun and shoot a gun and something's head explodes. Like, that's tight to me. I love min-maxing. I love making new sets. I love trying new weapons. Like, I love, like, this game is what I thought Monster Hunter would be. And the reason I have this game so high is because it put out content so often in 2020. Like, Iceborne felt like its own game. It didn't feel like DLC. Like, between like Safi Jiva, Latrion, Fatalis, Kolv Taroth, like Namiel, like there's all these great, like Ruiner Gigante, like all like Furious Rajang, like there was all these dope monsters that came out. It felt like they actually were putting effort into like the designs of these new monsters and getting to experience some of these older monsters, but juice the fuck up to like current, you know, expectation. It was dope. You know, it made me a fan of Monster Hunter, but it more so made me a fan of their direction they're taking Monster Hunter, because like you explained to me, Chris, I can't go back and play the older Monster Hunter games because it's not going to be the same. There's been too many quality of life improvements that have been made that you will just not be able to live without. And he was right, because like I went back and tried to play Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate on the Switch, and it was, I couldn't do it. Like all
drink your potion.
Yeah, like that type of stuff. Nah, but literally, as Monster Hunter World is like, it's done essentially. We've done all there is to do. I killed the final monster. I have the full armor set. I've done all there is to do. We got a new Monster Hunter literally on the horizon for early 2021.
3 months.
Well, it won't be 3 months for me because I'm getting it on PC, because I have just Monster Hunter World. I learned my lesson. I made the correct decision to wait. I'm gonna wait, but I'm still excited. All the new weapon changes. You know, I learned. I just learned a lot. Like I love JRPGs. I love ARPGs, and this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite ARPG. I mean, besides Final Fantasy VII Remake. But yeah, like Monster Hunter World Iceborne is my number 2 game of 2020.
Well, we've come to the pinnacle. And the funny thing is, our games are the exact same.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure. I'll be right back. I have to go grab a prop.
Oh no. Yeah, our games are the same. God damn it. I already know it. Oh no. I have to translate for our audio listeners here. I got you guys. He's coming back.
Ladies and gentlemen, my number 1 game of 2020 is motherfucking Persona 5 Royal.
Wait. Put it back up. Yeah, this is definitely that was definitely the thumbnail. Yeah, okay.
Bro, I gotta just it's
okay.
It's Persona 5 Royal, hands down. It's the definitive game of one of the best RPGs to come out of Atlas, number 1, and one of the best RPGs to come out in a long time. It's coming from a line of good RPG games. The Persona series is just play Persona. I can't stress it enough. Atlas fix Persona 4 Golden on the Steam.
Please
Bring
it to Switch.
Because oh my god. Because even now I'm starting to experience problems with it, and it's gotten to the point where it's like, fuck, I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah.
Please port every single one of them to the Switch. Every single one of them. You've already started doing the Shin Megami Tensei games, which is a great direction, by the way. I'm loving it. But bring them all. You're already putting Strikers on Steam. I like where your head's at, but I'm worried.
If you notice in the trailer, they legitimately like set it up to where it's like it's coming to PS4 and Switch. I mean, all right. and then like Futaba's typing, and it's like it's also coming to Steam, and then immediately after it goes to a cut of Ryuji. For real? Like they know what they're doing.
Like it's funny that Futaba's the one that says it's coming to Steam because she's the computer geek. But no, Persona 5 Golden. Oh my gosh, how do I say game of the year without being too pretentious? Soundtrack, which again I feel like I've said for like every game on this list. Soundtrack. Oh my gosh, Rivers in the Desert. Life Will Change.
Layer Cake.
Beneath the Mask, Rain, Instrumental Edition.
Damn.
It's the Showtime one. The
When My Mother Was There.
Ooh. It's the new battle theme for Royal. The new battle theme for Royal. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The opening for Royal is amazing.
I also feel like we need to like include the fact of like all the like if you play Persona, like okay, we'll just combine our time. It's the same fucking game. But I played Persona 5 for the first time, like I said, in November of 2019. And I picked it up for $10, which is the absolute biggest deal I think I've ever like done. But I picked it up in 2019 because Joker got announced for Smash and people were going apeshit. And I was like, all right, time to sit down and play Persona 5 and see what the hype's about. So I played Persona 5. I only played it one time though, because I knew Royal was coming out. So then when Royal came out, I picked it up. Anything you could possibly complain about in Persona 5, they fixed it in Royal. Immediately. On top of adding some, bro, the what do you call the team ups?
Yo, the Showtime attacks?
Yeah, the Showtime, bro.
Yeah.
Look, man, I also want to say this. Persona 5, like, I was not aware that a lot of people in the Persona / Shin Megami Tensei, like, fandom were so snobby about what they presumed to be, like, a good game. Because, like, I didn't know a lot of people... Like, it's almost like they like Persona because it's, like, low-key. But because of Persona 5 and it got so popular, they're like almost shun it because it's popular. And I'm like, are you insane? Like,
man, I've been singing the praises of the Persona series since like 20 long time. I can't think of how long it's been.
Persona 5 is a game that legitimately made me go and seek out more of the series. So like Persona 5 led to me getting Persona 5 Royal. It led to me getting to Shin Megami Tensei. Name another game that made me go out and buy a brand new PlayStation 2 game in 2020. I'll wait. I can play. I just am lazy and don't feel like taking my TV off the wall and pick up a PlayStation 2.
Like
I'm just gonna play the emulator.
I don't blame you. But like, I've never tried to convince more JRPG fans to play the Persona series more than I did 5, because I was singing the praise in this Discord.
Yeah.
When 5 came out the first time, I was like, you guys, if you love RPGs, if you love JRPGs, you need to play this game. And sometimes I felt like I was on deaf ears. Until the day Jason bought it. The day Jason's like, dude, I'm sorry. And I was like, that's it. You're good. Now we can talk about the fucking game. And then Deuce came over, borrowed the game from me. I almost bought another copy because I was worried that Deuce was just going to keep mine.
It'd be like that.
And it's crazy. Because you really think about it, it's like, dang, it really made you want to go get. And then Persona 4 Golden came out, and it's like, dang, okay, well, I'm gonna go play the old one. And then you got Persona 3, like, and it floods back memories.
Do you want to know how deep it got?
Please tell me.
Almost bought a Grimoire 3DS to play the Persona Q series,
bro. Do you understand how pissed I was when I found out that you couldn't get that anymore? Because here's the shitty thing. So when I had my 3DS, I had just bought the new 3DS XXL, like the new one with the C stick, right?
Right.
And I
For
was
Smash.
like, well, right. And so I was planning on buying Jamie a new 3DS because she had my hand-me-down NES one.
Right.
Fam. I had just given her that. I had just bought that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out that existed.
The Grimoire.
The Grimoire one. You have no idea how fucking livid I was.
I just wanted now just as a collector's piece.
I was willing to get into a fight for that 3DS console just to have it. Just as a thing that I would like have propped up on a shelf.
Yeah.
Just so you could see it.
I do wish they would
You know,
bring...
while we're... knocked my elbow into my desk.
Are you...
I got too animated. It is karma for me getting into a fight. No, because I was really about to say what Jason said. I was like, I really wish Atlas would freaking port the Q series to the Switch.
Like at this point, like put Q1 and Q2 in a dual pack like they did Final Fantasy 7 and 8, and put Persona 4 Golden and 3 FES on a dual pack. Like,
oh yeah, easy. I
feel like that's such a simple thing to do.
Just a no-brainer. But like Persona 5 Royal, it is just the definitive version of an already stellar game.
Also, I need to add this because here's the thing. Me and Chris have a very interesting dynamic. Chris will like try to get me to play a game that he's loved for years, and then I'll learn more about the game in like a week than he's known his whole life.
Yeah, it's true. Same. It was still funny. You came to me going, "Yo, what does affinity mean?" And I was like mid doing something. I was like, I know what it is, but I don't really know what it is. So like, I'm just gonna say I don't know.
I went from not knowing anything about Monster Hunter to being up at 3 a.m. because I just thought of some sick build on Monster Hunter.
I'm over here just like, look, I see big numbers, I do big damage, I beat monster till die. That's how I played the game.
But with Persona 5, like this is quite literally the only time, like I had to think about it before I wanted to say this on the air. This is legitimately the only time this has ever happened to me in my life. All the video games that I have played in my life in 24 years, I have never played a game and accidentally got a secret ending until I played Persona 5 Royal. Like legitimately, I was just going through the game with the intention of getting everyone's like confidant level all the way to 10, and I did it, and it triggered a secret ending that was not just like, it's not like good ending, bad ending. This is like, oh no, you got like 5 more hours of content now. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, like you didn't even get there yet.
Holy shit.
But like I told you, I still regret telling you what happens, but it doesn't do like justice.
It doesn't do justice because I'm still gonna go through it again.
Yeah, you like, but like man, like Persona, it's my number one. Like it is firm in my top 3, in my top 5 favorite games of all time. The top 3 are just solid. Like Persona 5 Royal is number 1. It probably will be number 1 until Final Fantasy VII Remake is completed. Because what I want to do is I want to play 7 Remake 100% like from start to finish on PC. Yeah. That will probably flip it to 1. But for right now, like my top 5 all time is like Persona 5 Royal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and Pokemon Platinum. And but yeah, Persona 5 Royal 2020, my number 1 game of the year.
And it came out in the beginning too. It came out in April.
Yeah, and like that's funny. Like Monster Hunter came out in January, February.
Yeah.
Persona came out in April. Final Fantasy came out in April. Tokyo Mirage came out January.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these games came out very early, but yeah,
came out in
May.
May. Okay.
Yeah.
March had Animal Crossing
and Doom. Oh, well,
and Doom,
said Doom,
but they are the same game.
Yeah.
But like,
I guess a cool way to end this off would be like, what game are you looking forward to right now the most in 2021?
Right now for 2021, currently, it's Monster Hunter Rise. Currently, that is the game I'm kind of looking to the future for. The next up, even though it comes out before Rise, Strikers.
Yeah.
Which I personally think Scramble is a better name, but I like Strikers as well.
I'm also looking forward to Strikers, but my game that I'm like literally like cannot wait to play is Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis.
That's fair, because
that's like they just dropped the combat trailer, and I'm like, yep, I'm on board.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, that is our top 10 games of 2020. Hopefully you enjoy the list. If you are listening on if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, or anywhere you get your podcasts, make sure that you leave us a like, rate us 5 stars, and make sure that you come back. And if you're watching the video version, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so you know every time that we go live. Also, comment what your favorite game of 2020 was, or fuck it, give us your whole top 10, whatever you feel like doing. But don't forget, In Game Grind podcast every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time for the audio version, and the video version is dropping every Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Again, 2020's been crazy. And literally us being stuck at home is what inspired us to really start this podcast, and we're having the time of our lives. Thank you to everyone who has shown us support this year. We can't wait to keep going and keep giving you guys content. 2021, we're gonna run it back. Hopefully, 52 new episodes in 2020, one a week. But till then,
it's been a run.
It has been a run.
We really did start this from nothing into something,
and we have legitimately dropped every week
since. Like,
we only missed 1 week, and that week we dropped twice.
Yeah.
So
we kind of made it up. But now, like, everybody, thanks for supporting us. Thanks for coming out and listening, because this is something that's kind of like kept like the sanity bubble during this quarantine, during this crazy 2020 year. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. Thanks for listening.
But until next time.
Anymore.
But until next time, we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Play Persona 5.
Play Persona 5.